Springtime. The flowers are blooming, the birds are chirping, and the spring showers are falling. The kids and the animals are out playing in the fields. But wait, it's still winter, isn't it? According to the calendar, it's winter until March 20th. So what gives? Well, as you know, in recent memory, we've been talking about record highs and a very mild February, but let's put that into perspective for you. For the entire month of February, up until the 25th, we've seen close to 4,500 record daily high temperatures set. Contrast that to the minuscule amount of record lows we've seen coming in at only 29. So why is this happening? Well, for our answer, we have to head all the way up to Greenland. But what does Greenland have to do with the United States? Well, I'm glad you asked. For one, we have an abnormally weak Greenland high pressure in place, and a weak Greenland high, specifically this one, well, it just isn't strong enough to block systems that have been moving into the west. So the systems that are moving into the west, well, just as easily as they move in, just as easily as they move out, leaving nothing to keep the cold air in place. Now, what does this warmth have to do with your local weather? Well, there's a lot of questions to be asked here, but one thing that we do know is the National Phenology Network put out a product denoting that spring, based off the current blooming of the trees and flowers, has occurred close to 3 weeks early than normal. But let me remind you, spring doesn't officially start until March 20th. That's when the sun is directly over the equator, and on that day, there's going to be an equal amount of daytime hours and nighttime hours, which is where the word equinox comes in. Now, you may be thinking, great, my flowers and trees are blooming. But what if we get another Arctic blast of cold air? What happens to my plants? Well, for that answer, head to weathernationtv.com and search for the article titled, "What Happens to Plants That Bud Early?" Meteorologist Jeremy Legou dives into the effects of preseason warmth followed by a damaging cold outbreak. For Weather Nation, I'm meteorologist Andy Stein.